Welcome to the Draft Brewery. This is Dr. Chris Baker, DC. We are in round 6 of the Gauntlet with Loyal Boros today. Let's jump right in. I have not watched this match yet, so we got Brennan muted. Got a no land hand, gotta mull that. This hand looks fine. We're playing against Jamburn. Do not know who that is, so I don't know what they're expected to play. Let's see. I just got a brand new GameCon headset from one of my patients. He works at Platronics. It seems really nice. It's like noise canceling, so I can't even hear myself talking right now. Interesting. Suntail Hawk. Doesn't make me scared, but he might have a good white weenie aggro deck. But yeah, overall, the only way I've been able to deal with my fan going out of control is trying to keep the laptop cool by keeping the temperature in my room cool and by lifting the laptop off the table so that there's space underneath it. That's basically the best I've been able to come up with, but I was messing around with the noise gate as well, and it's really annoying to hear it go silent and then hear the fan turn on every single time that I talk. So interesting learning about that stuff. I think here is, interesting, goes for the double block. I guess with God's Willing backup, you feel okay about it, especially if he has Celestial Flare. Yeah, you definitely save the Keening Apparition. Keep that on. I'm putting it on bottom. It's actually really close. Yeah, he puts it on bottom. I like that, because I like hitting a land and just crushing here. Wingsteed. Okay. So you definitely attack for 2. So if our opponent goes land Hopeful Eidolon, at least we can kill the Hopeful Eidolon. Getting hit for 2 is like the best case scenario, because next turn we can hit for 4 and then hopefully just keep hitting for damage. Okay. In that case, we probably play the first blade because we can't trade. Yeah, good job, Brennan. I kind of like where we're going here. Still might be up against the Celestial Flare, but he did not have it before. I mean, he could even run Smite, or like Swift Justice, but he's probably White Weenie aggro with, I would think, Ethereal Armor and Hopeful Eidolon. Cards that just destroy us. Which means like trading Keening Apparition for his 3/1 is bad for us. Okay. So he definitely does not have Hopeful Eidolon in hand, otherwise he just would have traded and crushed us with Hopeful Eidolon. Pacifism we don't really care about. We already got value. off of our 4 damage haste guy. So that was kind of irrelevant. That's a good draw. I would just beat for 6 and then have him dead next turn. Unless if he stops attacking. Please play Skull Cleaver. Please. Right, because then he's dead in 2 attacks. We're at tied life total, but we're attacking for 6. He attacks us for 5, and then we can attack him for more. I like this. Good job. So now, even against Hopeful Eidolon, we can kill it and take... Ooh, that card's good. That's actually a card I should have maybe considered playing in this Loyal Boros deck too. Just in the white aggro deck, I would actually use it here and probably kill that pacifism. Yeah. See, now you have no attacks next turn. You should have used Keening Apparition there on the first blade, and now you could have actually blocked and attacked for 2. This is a really tight game now, because he stopped you from attacking with both guys. And now he can attack for 5 in the air next turn. That's a problem. He might want to just lightning strike the Wingsteed and play Syndicatize just to be safe. Yeah, that's like the safe play. Since we can't attack. Man, the opponent got a ton of value off that Azorius Arrestor already though. The fact that, Keening Apparition is still in play is actually still pretty good for us, probably. Another Wingsteed, that's a problem, but at least we can extort for 1, and he did not attack, so... I don't know if I play Skull Cleaver here. Okay. Because you're basically saying that you have to attack with it this turn, which lets him block with the Azorius Arrestor, which I guess is fine. Ooh. There's no way you can attack with Syndicatize. What is he doing? Maybe he drew the Hopeful Eidolon now. See, I think you sack your Keening Apparition and just get rid of a pacifism. Yeah, I think that's fine. Wow, he just traded Wingsteed for Syndic. Interesting. So the board is pretty much evened up. I don't know if I like that. Okay, well I guess it's good to have that Wingsteed dead, but I really like having our Syndic alive. This is a really tight game. Ooh, perfect draw. So, you gotta pay red, buddy. There we go. That's a good one. It's still 3-turn clock, but now we're live again on burn spells too. Opponent just has stone nothing. He has another creature, maybe an Azorius Arrestor. That card is really good. Yeah, you have to take it. He's just going to play another creature. Wingsteed. Interesting. Okay, we get to play 2 creatures this turn, which means we get to attack with both of our guys. Which means he has to block, because it's a lethal attack. If he had God's Willing, that would be like a huge blowout. But he doesn't, and we can't lose. Okay, the only way we lose is like Hopeful Eidolon. Nope, we got there. Okay. That was a really close game. Alright, against Mono White. I think Celestial Flare is pretty good. Mainly because it can not be saved by God's Willing. God's Willing is good, but yeah, bring in those flares. Nice. Only 3? Why not the 4th? The 4th has got to be better than something. Probably the God's Willing. You don't need like another God's Willing. Actually, our opponent is running Pacifism. That's a mulligan. But we mulled last time and we're fine. That's a keep. That's a good hand. There's Hopeful Eidolon. Man, we just dodged it the whole last game. Let's see, at least we have the 4 Keening Apparition main, but I might have brought in the 2 Revokes too, and the 2 back-end Apparition, because we don't want them gaining value with Oromancer. Good, turn 1 Guildgate. This could be a tough game. If he goes double Ethereal Armor, we just lose. Well, he didn't play a Shield Mate. So, in this situation, because he has God's Willing open, you just do it on his upkeep. You do not let him, spend his mana efficiently. So let's say he had God's Willing, he would have used it, scryed, and then had 3 mana available the next turn. But let's say you wait till his upkeep, what happens? He just only has 2 mana available, but it's the same exact scenario. If he doesn't have it, it's the same exact scenario either way. Because there's nothing else he could have. Ooh. What's going on? What is going on? There we go. So we beat him for 4. He got back Hopeful Eidolon with his Oromancer. Played Wingsteed Rider, and we need a removal spell really badly. Yeah, and now, see, it's so important to be able to kill this creature immediately. The cards like Lightning Strike and Shock, they're good, but they can't do a single thing now. So that's why Celestial Flare is better than Chandra's Outrage, even though they could both kill it right now if we top decked it. you know, one of them can beat God's Willing. So yeah, we can't really race this. We can try, but it's going to be futile. Hope he remembers to play the 3-2. Good. So against 4, goes to 17. We go to 9. Take 7, go to 10. Take 4, go to 5. It's just impossible. Yep. That card's perfect against us. Something like does absolutely nothing. So I'm pretty certain we can even board out lands, which is something I know Brennan probably doesn't necessarily think about, but if we draw more lands than this guy, we are very, very unlikely to win. But he can't necessarily kill us fast or put us out of this game, unless I think Hopeful Eidolon is really the only card that does it. Right, so if we don't top deck Heating Apparition or the Revoke Existence that we didn't put in our deck from the sideboard, we just have no way of, racing or competing. So I think you need to reevaluate your sideboard here and say, hey, Beckon Apparition, it's pretty good. Celestial Flare, pretty good. God's Willing's okay. Shock, I don't like. It just doesn't do enough. I would put in 2 Revoke, Flare, 2 Beckon. Take out 2 Shock. I would never take out a First Blade. Always take out a Skull Cleaver. First Blade is just 2 more toughness. I like that he put the Revoke in, though. Shock, I mean, it can kill Wingsteed right away. Jeez, we just keep getting the worst opening hands. This hand's not very good either, but gotta keep it. If I had to bet, I would say we are not winning this game. Again, God's Willing. And the only way we can actually get maximum value off God's Willing is when he pacifisms our guy and then attacks into it, and then we give our guy pro white and eat his guy. Beyond that, what the heck? Okay, there we go. Well, we get to play Heating Apparition, and our opponent has just a bunch of Wingsteed Riders and 3 drops in hand, Oromancers. See, I don't really like God's Willing necessarily that much. No red mana, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, this God's Willing could be Celestial Flare. We could have 4 Celestial Flare, 2 God's Willing. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, God's Willing doesn't stop that. Against heroic creatures, you just want to flare them to death. What's interesting, yeah, him attacking. Okay, I actually wanted him to attack. Yeah, he's at 12 and we're at 20. That card is so annoying. would not sack it. I would just take your punishment. Do not, no. I mean, I know you want to hit a mountain, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, what do? You leave it there anyway. So what do you do? What did God's Willing do? You're not going to attack into his 4/4. Even if you got to scry a non-red source to bottom, like you just time walked yourself and discarded a card. And he still has a 2/1 in play. Yeah. I mean, you can't know if that one God's Willing would have been the one Celestial Flare, but what the heck? Oh my gosh. That attack is like suicidal. I'm fairly certain we're going to lose the game because of that. He just plays Oromancer and gets it back. Yeah, that's like the worst thing I've seen. I mean, I guess we can hope. Jeez. We can hope he attacks with everybody. But then what? Look, he has a 2/2 back in play. You took out Viashino First Blade. Why didn't you take out Skull Cleaver? Like, see, and our opponent's just smart. He's just leaving back 2/1s. God's Willing, another complete brick. Guess we attack with both. He goes to block. You save one of the guys. You're gonna do it proactively? And then he just trades and takes 4? That's something, I guess. Yeah, it's like a burn spell. It's not how I prefer to win, but we'll see. Keening Apparition is good. Really? That 3/1's just getting traded with the 2/1. Like, you're proactively making, like, you're proactively giving his guys value. Like, he has 4 cards in hand, we have 2, and the cards that he has used have traded up. Azorius Arrestor triggered ability, traded up for a God's Willing, you know. Second Azorius Arrestor traded for a Daring Skyjack, which is like insane against him. This is looking. He should just trade with his 2/2. Yeah, if he didn't trade there, he's pretty much a psycho. Oh, and he has God's Willing? Or Swift Justice? Yeah, we can't win. See, when your opponent has God's Willing, you need those flares. So now we have to, I don't know what we can hope for. We only have 1 red source, so we can't play 2 spells. They both cost 3, yeah. Sacking the Keening Apparition only saves you 1 damage, which doesn't change the clock at all, so you just can't do it. Yeah, we can't win. The only way we could win is like top deck God's Willing, play Skull Cleaver, pro white, attack with both guys, and he doesn't block our Keening Apparition. It's like the only way. Which is never going to happen, ever. Well, I guess we can play this as a jump blocker. Kind of stinks that we had to mold the 6 every game, but I think the 4th flare is really relevant. I think that attack with the Keening Apparition this game and then killing Ethereal Armor just to get Ethereal Armor Oromancered, like, you can only make that play if you have mana open and Beckon Apparition, like, in your hand. We're in the same exact spot as last turn, except we only have 1 life. And he probably has the God's Willing just to coup de grace us. He's like, do I kill my opponent? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like thinking about it for a while, but I'm not sure. Well, looks like I only have Dimir Mill left. This is definitely a tough matchup, even if we did sideboard the other cards that I thought were good. It's still not, we're not necessarily a favorite, by all means, because the Hopeful Eidolon and Azorius Resters are just pretty good. I just don't think we can trade off our good creatures against his. And you can't like suicide and push damage through and hope to get there. So Loyal Boros was fun while it lasted, but oh well. Hopefully Dimir Mill gets there. And I already watched the other ones, like the Rakdos deck won, but the mono green deck lost and the mono red deck lost, so I think there's only 2 decks left. So if Dimir Mill loses, then the Rakdos Regeneration deck wins. If Dimir Mill wins round 6, then they go to round 7, and there's only 2 left. And I even suggested like 2 to 4 cards to change in my Dimir Mill list in my last article that I think are really important at helping the deck out. Although I'm sure it's too late to have him edit it. But I would check that out just in case. So, look forward to doing the next video. Alright, thanks guys.